very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the lunchtime news on UBC TV. My name is Wadulo Mrk Arnold, and it's going to be a 30 minutes long bulletin. So without further ado, let's get straight into the news. The State Minister for Cooperatives, Frederick Ngobi Gume, has called on the youth in his constituency to embrace unity and teamwork as the only tool which will drive them out of poverty. Gume has been meeting a section of youth leaders from Jointly Work Together under the Kaliro District NRM Youth Forum SACCO. More details in this report.
These are some of the members of the Kaliro Youth District SACCO.
As the youth of Kaliro, our voice for a long time has not been heard. So today we have gotten an opportunity to interact with our leaders, especially the Honorable Minister.
They have interacted with the Minister State in charge of cooperatives, Frederick Gume Ngobi.
Activity is now development and politics. That one is now not an issue for hiding. We are developing socially, economically, and politically. So first of all, we will register them in their circle, we will assist them in their farming, we will assist them in value addition machinery, and from there we shall also be moving concurrently with the political ideology.
To whom we have given our challenges and our aspirations. So today, he promised to help us in registering our cooperative.
Mr. Ngobi have tasked this youth to embrace government programs.
Time has come. So, ideologically, for us in NRM, as Kaliro, we have always performed very well, and now is the day when we have launched our campaign of the youth, to move amongst the youth and the elderly, such that we start a systematic approach to the political end. This is the NRM fraternity, and this district is one of the best districts, one of the core NRM supporters of Soga. In Soga, we are the best NRM supporters in Kaliro.
Ngobi, however, pledges to work with this youth to popularize the government's programs and agenda.
I think the first thing is mentality, the mindset change, and that's where we're going to concentrate. We want to change their mindset such that they can believe that even if you started with 1,000 shillings, you can end up developing. That's the problem. You give them resources, the following day they are spending the resources. They are living hand to mouth. That is not very good for the youth. They need to be visionary, they need to see ahead, they need to invest, they need to be guided on how they can achieve positions and how they can achieve wealth and how they can achieve a better human life living when they are together.
He, however, highlights that disunity among the youth has been one of the key hindrances to development in this area.
I think the other challenge is that they have been disintegrated in various political, social, and very many structures. So for us, we're saying, let them come together. When they come together, we will now move together as a group. We know where their identities, we have got their details, we know who they are, we know where they are. There is an assistant RDC in charge. We are going to request him to keep their data. They call them for meetings, and from them we shall reach the ground.
Teven Chibumba compiled this report for UBC News.
The 3 days community barazas organized in Lango sub-region by the NRM Secretariat have seen the party commit to fast-track the pending government projects in the area, mainly in the fields of education, sanitation, and road networks. The team in Lango sub-region has been led by the Secretary General, Richard Tudwong.
In the sub-county nowadays, we don't have access to maybe to do some services. Like even in administrative management, we cannot connect our sub-county to the district in some services due to road. The road has been drawn by the water from the lakes, as you have seen. So I would request that if possible, if something could be done on this road, I think we should be grateful.
Term that the people gave us in 2021, we are moving to the rest of the country to ascertain the level of implementation of our manifestos in the various sub-regions. That's why we are in Musoga, we are now in Lango. The next month we shall go to other 2 sub-regions just to make sure that we cross-check what has been done with the people and in view of our manifesto. It's cut off because of the overflooding of the river. So that is something I've seen. But on government services and infrastructures, apart from roads, which has been destroyed by the rain, the rest they are performing so well. And I'm very much impressed with what I've witnessed in this district.
We are moving to end of the third year. We want to know how much we have achieved, and we must know how much the people appreciate or don't appreciate the government and the government programs. So this was basically the mobilization strategy we are taking. We are going to do this throughout the country so that by the mid of next year we are able to come up with areas where the manifesto was not satisfied, and we make sure the new manifesto captures all that was not done.
The population has been happy. We have also been happy with the reports. Now when we come next, we shall sample out areas to go and visit individual projects to find out whether what has been reported is what is on the ground. But I want to commend the civil servants from Dokolo. They have presented a very good impression. They have accounted before the population through a baraza, and the population was confirming the things the technical officers were saying existed. Where they had questions and concerns, the chairman of the district promised to make a follow-up, and the implementation is going to be followed up. Even us, we are going to go through the chairman of the NRM and through the structures of the NRM to find out where the population is complaining.
And furthermore, the AIDS Support Organization recently held its 32nd annual general meeting at Tasso College of Health Sciences in Kanyanya under the theme Empowered and Healthy Communities. The AIDS Support Organization is dedicated to empowering communities and enhancing health outcomes for all.
So communities are stronger if they work together, and I'm encouraging you, please work together, and therefore communities need to be empowered.
The AIDS Support Organization has been at the forefront of the community engagement in the fight against HIV/AIDS, working closely with the government and the Ministry of Health, particularly through village health teams, VHTs, in local communities.
We discuss challenges and opportunity also for people who are HIV positive to participate in conceptualizing strategies for interventions, in participating in developing responses, implementing or executing these responses, and monitoring and evaluating them. So it is key that our stakeholders, especially people who are HIV positive and their carers, participate in this activity.
Dr. Bernard Michael Etkoit, Executive Director of TASO, emphasized the importance of adhering to treatment protocols.
Our mandate really is to support the work of government. The funding that we receive from donors is money which comes to the government of Uganda. So we play our role to execute, to support government deliver on its mandate. And for us to be able to support government to deliver this mandate, we need also support from government.
Noreen Kaleba, TASO patron, highlighted the need for continuous support for those affected by the virus.
More importantly, to be here year after year to thank God for the gift of life. And the opportunity that God has given us to say that the brand we started to sell, and that is living positively.
Canon Dr. Ruth Senyonyi, a renowned counselor and guest of honor, praised the TASO's commitment to the excellence and the involvement of individuals living with HIV in program activities.
TASO has evolved over the years as technology developed and improved care options, and indeed, as we have heard, a great testament of how you are contributing in terms of increasing accessibility to HIV services for the 1.49 million people currently living with HIV.
As the battle against HIV/AIDS continues, the AIDS Support Organization remains dedicated to empowering communities and enhancing health outcomes for all. Story compiled by Vincent Wamundu for UBC News.
We are at Shiloh Standard Nursery and Primary School to reward our lucky winner again for our pay school fees with Momo. We are paying school fees for a student who is lucky because the parent used our codes to pay their school fees. You can as well be our winner for the next school fees prize by dialing *165 *80# and you opt into the competition.
Umiatia goin shag no goy shimte lu ngene kanti bisho kwana tena anene wa po berane da kwani ba mi gum afu akwa yo dushu meti kere mba man me ma fen MTM kiken ba mi gum hi men.
Together we're unstoppable. Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best loved noodles.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy Wanawoli.
Welcome back to still watching the UBC Lunchtime News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. In more news, vocational teachers have threatened to go on strike in protest of the Ministry of Education selection process for government technical college jobs, which they say is unfair. The teachers are demanding an explanation about why many are left out during the selection process. Now, this follows the announcement by the Education Service Commission that it will select vocational teachers to join government technical institutions. However, Dr. Asuman Lukwago, an official from the Education Service Commission, has called upon the teachers to write to the Commission for a review of the selection process.
Applied, hoping we can be considered for the vacancies as applied by the ministry. But to our surprise, we were not shortlisted. And this very incident happened in 2018 when some of our members were not shortlisted and a few were shortlisted. When they tried to engage the commissioner, by then the commissioner told them these people were not competent enough. And they petitioned through the legal processes, and the shortlist was cancelled, and they were all shortlisted afresh and considered after a thorough examination of the curriculum of the two parties, and they found out that these people were confident, were competent, and they can do the teaching as per advertised. We thought that incident had ended, but we are surprised in 2024 again to see that we are left out.
Like you, the only reason they give us by not shortlisting us is that we are not competent. But amongst us, we have people who have studied for much more than even 7 years. A person who completed P7 studies for 3 years, again 2 years of certificate, again another year of an advanced, then again more 2 years of a diploma. That adds to 8 years plus. Now, you come and tell me there is this person who has completed senior 6. They've gone and done the same course, but for only 2 years. Then you look at this person who has done 2 years. to be much more competent than me, who has done a course for 8 years. That is what we are complaining about.
Netuba wansale okutuusa olunaku olwa Mande ennaku z'omwezi nga 3 omwezi ogw'omwenda wekinaabanga tetunaba kulaba nti interview ezo tezigenda mu maaso. Tukunze bannaffe ebikumi abasoma mu 107 tubakunze bajje fena tugenda kweyiwa ku Education Service Commission ku Ministry of Education.
Banga naffe ebintu bye twasoma tulabanga we are even more competent than those people whom they have considered a 2 diploma holder abeera atyanga incompetent to that person of 1 diploma holder atenga nze mbadde mu field. I have the foundation for the course natandikira ddala ku certificate nensoma level 1 ne level 2 nenkola diploma y'obusomesa okumala emyaka 2.
So we are aware that we advertise for TVET. There are jobs under TVET. TVET is Technical Vocational Education and Training. It's a department under the Ministry of Education and Sports. But among the requirements, each applicant who will continue to be interviewed and maybe eventually become successful must possess 3 years experience of industrial training. That means some of them who applied claim to have been working with some institutions on volunteer basis, but they are not appointed, so it can't be proven. But there are those who actually who could be dropped out because of big numbers. And what we do, we usually advise them to write an appeal. They write appeals to the Education Service Commission so that their cases are reviewed. On a smaller number can, like, say, we can find that they are not shortlisted in error, and then we upload their appeal. But the majority of them really lack what is stated.
Furthermore, the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has held a dialogue on fishing, focusing on how to promote sustainable fishing practices among fishermen. The discussion follows a directive issued by the ministry to regulate fishing of silverfish. The Assistant Commissioner of Fisheries, Daisy Achiru, in the ministry underscored the need to eliminate some illegal fishing practices.
The Ministry of Fisheries has issued a directive promoting sustainable fishing practices, but it has left fishermen to find difficulties to survive. Since then, fishermen, particularly those struggling to survive, have turned to President Museveni, appealing to intervene in their concerns.
To assist us and bring back the fishing of silverfish, it could be better without giving us to suffer like that. We have domestic violence every time. It is raising. We don't have freedom, and our right has been spoiled as women in the fishing community.
In this dialogue we are just talking, FPUs are not there, and their commanders are not here, and down there they are going to harass the fishermen. So they should come out with clear guidelines, clear regulations, so that the common man should take over the lake and understand how to manage it.
Winnie Nalukenge, the director of the National Fisheries Resource Research Institute, states that measures are being done to sustainable fishing.
If they can only concentrate in the layers where these small fishes are, that should inform policy. The other thing that we are recommending, we have observed from the work that we're doing that most Mukene fishers are fishing at least 21 days in the month, translating with the dark phases of the month. So we are proposing that at least during the light, when the moon is full, they shouldn't be fishing.
As now we are committed to continue working with you to generate all the technologies that you need for the fishery sector and for our mother ministry.
The move is not aimed at halting fishing practices, but to improve sustainability.
The ministry has been very clear and re-emphasized that what we have banned is the fishing using hurry-up method. So the ministry has not banned the fishing of silverfish. They have allowed other alternative methods. And we all know those other alternative methods.
The engagement took place in the presence of members of parliament who equally voiced their concerns.
Victoria covers 3 countries, Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania. And what I've heard is that in other places it is illegal to fish mature fish, but very legal to fish younger fish or immature fish. And what Ugandan fishmongers have done, they have relocated to Kenya and Tanzania. So that one now calls for the East African community to ensure that we have uniform laws regarding our lake.
Surveillance force will be made up of people who are civilians trained by police to come and man our waters.
Now, furthermore, locals in Rwenzori sub-region are on a move to financial growth and bettering their investment decisions where they will be equipped in knowledge and skills to manage their finances effectively and making informed investment decisions to grow their businesses. This was during a financial training held by Stanbic Bank Uganda in the Rwenzori sub-region.
Very simple. I've been following His Excellency the President. He has instructed the NFA and the Ministry to cancel forest reserves, the inactive ones. They have been cancelled and the titles have been given to the community. The case is in Kakumiro Chibala around there. The name of the forest reserve is off my head, but I'll get it. He gave out the forest reserve and titles were given to the community. A similar incident happened in Nakasongola. I remember when Mutebi told me about it. When I know Mutebi Wanza as my brother. He told me about it that in his constituency, forest reserve were cancelled and titles were given to the community. So our humble prayer to the President and the government in general that consider the development which is happening in this place. Let this forest reserve be cancelled. Let be cancelled from the map because it's inactive. It is not there on the ground, and the land is given to the community.
And the challenge that we've had is that when you get to NFA, sometimes you find that there are correspondences that have come up where they claim this place is a forest reserve. But then you have also another correspondence coming from still the same authority informing the Wananchi that this is not a forest reserve. And there are titles that have been made on this particular area. And when the Wananchi go ahead to also go and start the process of acquiring titles, they are rejected. They are told that this is a forest reserve. Yet you find that there are other people that have gotten titles on this same land. So what we need is clarification from government.
I can say the forest reserve is inactive. Nothing is happening here. You are going to see that in this community, there are government secondary schools. We have a secondary school there where the government has put about 2.5 billion. You are going to see it. We have an NSS center constructed by government.
We do apologize. That is residents of Manyogaseka, Kasanda district, where they asked relevant agencies to issue them with land titles to enable them develop themselves. Now, of course, this follows claims that the land they currently occupy in their 3000s is a forest reserve. The land in question is said to be a former state forest called Chabego, covering 27 square kilometers. Now, back to the previous story. Locals in Rwenzori sub-region are on a move to financial growth and bettering their investment decisions where they were equipped in knowledge and skills to manage their finances effectively, making informed investment decisions to grow their businesses. And this was during a financial training held by Stanbic Bank Uganda in the Rwenzori sub-region.
Extensive financial literacy training for savings and credit cooperatives from the Rwenzori sub-region covered key topics including financial planning and budgeting, savings and investment strategies, risk management and mitigation, among others.
Financial education, because we've come to a point of appreciating that the more you learn determines your capacity to earn, and we're equipping circles with the knowledge and skills to manage their finances, because whatever you mismanage, you lose. And so in these sessions, we talk about how you can create and maintain wealth sustainably. How can you not stop at earning, but also look at how you spend within your budget. You look at how you can save, and not only saving, but also investing. And what do you invest in? What are your fears? And then we see how can you create and build a legacy that is sustainable.
SACCOs play a crucial role in terms of mobilizing savings, investing the savings, and lending to the members. But in so doing, they face a lot of challenges arising from low member savings, poor loan repayments, manual systems, and minimal digitalization. To enable members be able to continue with farming activities, with trade activities, and also generate revenue or income that can enable them run their families, provide food for the families, improve on their nutrition, but also be able to increase on productivity in order to earn more revenue from smallholder farming. SACCO proposition is being driven at Stanbic Bank in order to impact lives, because SACCOs impact lives of the people we may not reach out to.
The training.
And now in the world of sports, a team of 6 badminton junior players were flagged off yesterday for a World Junior Championship that will take place in Nanchang, China. The championship that will be played by 40 countries will start on the 30th of September through to the 5th of October with mixed teams, and from 7th to 13th October it will enter individual events. Uganda is in Group G with Japan, Slovakia, England and Latvia. The traveling team has youngsters
with my fellow teams. They provided us with like a camp where we have been like providing us with training, improving on our footwork, fitness. So I'm very sure we shall do the best and win.
My expectations are to meet new players that I've never seen before and play against them. We have been watching them on YouTube, televisions. Now we have got a chance to go find and see how they play for real face to face, and also see how to improve our game and the way they play, and see what is missing in our level.
Those countries, of course, they have better facilities and training grounds, and the top seeds in the world are produced from those countries. But as Uganda, we also prepared, because it is our main objective is to also have players that will compete in the Olympic Games. So this is a very, very great challenge. Rather, it's a very great opportunity for us that these players are going to see where the future lies for them.
And furthermore in sports, the Uganda Cricket Association Men's T20 League will conclude tomorrow, the 29th of September 2024, with a grand finale between veterans clubs Wanderers Cricket Club and Rounders Cricket Club. Wanderers came through 2 difficult knockout games to qualify for the men's UG T20 final. They were never favourites in either game and got past Ceylon Lions by 4 wickets in the first semi-final. As for Rounders, they dismissed Tornado cheaply in the semi-finals, closing out the result to win by 6 wickets. Wanderers, who last won the trophy in 2010, returned to the final after almost a 10 years hiatus, as Rounders make their appearance for the first time. At this final, Wanderers and Rounders will meet for the first time. The Uganda Cricket Association Men's T20 League final will be played on Sunday, September 29th, 2024 at 1 p.m. at the Lugogo Cricket Oval.
As Wanderers, we're very happy and excited to be in the final of the T20 League. Somehow we have been surprised by the journey to the final. Originally as a club we thought maybe cricket T20 is not our strongest format, and we thought we were just taking part for the sake of fulfilling the conditions of us being a member club. But somehow the journey has been a good one for us. We went through the group stages very well, apart from losing to Tornado in one of our group games. We came through it. We actually won our quarter-final against Kachi Tigers, had a difficult semi-final against Ceylon Lions, won that one, and somehow we found ourselves in the final. Ultimately, I think it's fate for us to be able to win this game. It's been a wonderful journey. The last time we won the trophy was in 2013. That's quite some time back, and it was still the T20 Cup. We hope that this time we can go all the way and repeat that the similar feats.
Be on top of the game, so we won the games we needed to win, made it to quarterfinals, won the quarters, the semi-finals, made a statement against Tornado, and now we're into the finals. So we're hoping to give the best out here. Our fans need to enjoy the game. They need meeting Wanderers in a final is something big. Wanderers is a Division 1 club, and that makes it, more experienced in terms of pressure games, which is not the case with us. But from the time we started the league this year,
and that brings us to the end of our lunchtime news bulletin this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Do join us later on for more news in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Wadulo Mrk Arnold, and from the team, allow us to wish you a lovely afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Where I am is St. Cyprian High School, and we are already set with the amazing Diko